Hey guys, trying to get audio working. I think we have live audio now. Let's see. Hey guys, trying to get audio working. I think we have live audio now. Let's see. Hey guys, trying to get audio working. I think we have live audio now. Let's see. All right, guys, we do have live audio here. So let me start off here briefly. I'm sorry, I'm resizing Windows on this Macintosh 27-inch iMac. But okay, here we go, guys. My name is Chris Martin. I'm with the Real Albuquerque podcast, videocast. You can check it out. I put a card on the feed here. You can see in the bottom right of your screen under the chat window some stuff where you can check out some other videos of us. We have a beautiful cat named Chloe. She may be rolling around and checking us out. But what I basically do is I'm checking out different Albuquerque businesses, people who are building businesses, building brands, and community leaders in this community. But on our Saturday live podcast or videocast, whatever you want to call that here, we're going to go over a topic. It's my eyes are looking weird. It's kind of hard because I'm looking at up here on my 27-inch iMac. My webcam's here, but I'm trying to look at here. But we interview people from the Albuquerque area, community leaders and everything like that, and you can see that below your chat window. Videos where we talked about breakfast burritos, which is kind of fun. We review local places doing breakfast burritos. We also, talk about their business and how they're building their business, they're gaining ground, and they're building their kingdom. So don't be hesitant to write comments in the chat. If you want to say something or a little smiley face, don't hesitate to write something there as I'm looking at that live right now, and we'll be, I can answer questions if you have them or bring them up. Okay, I'm going to scratch my eye. It itches real quick, and then we'll get going. Okay, guys, so the name of this stream today is called What Does Your Name Say About You? I thought about this a few different times. I heard one of a motivational speaker talk about it, and I was talking with my father. Dad, if you're watching right now, shout out to my dad. I was talking with him last night on the phone. It was late. It was maybe around midnight, Dad, if you can remember. And we were doing a business deal and working with stuff, and I told him, and he was looking for something, and I said I sent it to you, but he couldn't find it, and on his end, and I said, Dad, if I say I'm gonna do something, it's gonna get done, and it's it's done. If I say I'm gonna do something, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's on to the next thing. And I brought that up to him, and it kind of got me thinking, and that's why I wanted to kind of go live tonight and talk about this topic, but it basically, what your name says about you is all the credibility you have in this world. Whether you have money or you're broke or you're hustling or you're not hustling or whatever at the end of the day, whatever your situation is, all you have is your name. Your name in the industry that you're working in, the name between your friends, the name in the city you're working in. All you really have is that name. And it started making me think, what does that name say about you? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it wishy-washy? There's multiple different things that your name could say about you. And I'm just wanting to talk about that today. I got 2 watchers on the line. Throw up a comment if you have a question, or maybe throw up your name and we'll do a little Google search of what it means. My name is Chris Martin. And Chris means Christ bearer, meaning I guess I have Christ living within inside me, which is an accurate statement in the sense that I am a Christian and I do believe in this Christian religion. So it makes me feel that that's pretty accurate. And but that's just a technical meaning of the name. But what I like to portray is in my name is if I say something, I'm going to do it. If I tell you it's done, it's done. You know, you don't have to email me 1,000 times or ask 20 questions about, when is it done? By the time you already asked a question, I'm already working on it. I had Chris Taylor, my friend, call me and ask me about a different camera he should get for doing some video stuff for the Furniture Superstore, which you can see on our podcast episode 1 is with Chris Taylor. So if you look below the chat window, you can subscribe to us or check out his video. He owns the Furniture Superstore. It's pretty cool. We go up in an M5, E60 M5, going up the crest of the Sandian Mountains, and it starts out raining, and now, and then at the time, we came into snow as the first snow in 2016. Pretty cool video, pretty cool car, amazing acceleration, and pretty cool cat. But he was calling me on Friday and asking me questions. It was late Friday about what kind of camera to get and this kind of stuff. And he said, "Will you send me an info?" And I said, "Hey, dog, I already sent you the info. I already sent you the name of the camera. I already sent you the link. By the time you ask me the question, I'm already working on it. And I'm already done because for me, I don't know if this relates to anybody, and maybe it will. I'm going to, we have our little cat here, Chloe, who's going to try to make an appearance like she always does in our podcast. Hey, Chloe. Come on, Chloe. Idite. Idite Koshka. She's we're learning Russian together, so sometimes I speak Russian to Chloe. Come on, Chloe. Idite Koshka. Idite Koshka, Chloe. She's right here. You can't see her, but maybe she'll pop out. She's maybe nervous. Are you nervous, Chloe, about being seen live? Huh? She's not even gonna meow. She's being way silent. Okay, we're getting off topic here with Chloe, but. And I got off topic because I don't even know what I'm listening. I forgot where I'm going with this. But I told him, dude, it's already done, dog. It's already, that link to the camera's already in your text message thread. And then he at the end of the call said, "Hey, will you make sure you send me that information?" I had to tell him again, dude, I already sent it to you. It's in your instant message or your text message thread. I'm already done and past that. And I do remember where I was talking about. Oh, here she is. Now she's gonna be unshy. Chloe, say hi to the internet, the YouTubes. Stone cold killer right here. No, she's a really good friend, one of my best friends. I'm not sure what this green bar means. Hold on, let me check something real quick. She's gonna hunker down right here, and want to be all. Okay, so. You may see her and that kind of stuff. But it just weighs on me mentally, and to get and alleviate that mental stress and that mental pressure, the only way I've found to do it is just attack that problem and get it done and solve it and move on to something else. Because when I solve one of these things or get something done, I can mentally just defrag my mind and take it and lose it and forget about it. And then once you defrag it out of your mind, you don't have to worry about that ever again until someone says, "Hey, did you get done?" I said, "You know my name. My name's Chris Martin. What's your name?" My name means I'm going to get things done when you ask them to get done. And I really try so hard. And one of the big things that really adds a lot of stress in my life, well, I'm using stress loosely here because nothing really adds stress in my life. I live pretty stress-free in the sense that I've done the Bataan Death March, right? It's a marathon march through the desert, right? I've done Go Ruck challenges, right? Where you wear the Bataan Death March and the Go Ruck challenge are basically the same. You wear a weighted backpack, 35, 40-pound backpack, and you walk your happy butt for about, 20 to 25 miles. The Go Ruck's usually at night through all extremes. And the Bataan Death March is during the day, but still a weighted pack. I've done a 10K, I've done a 5K. I've done the Evolve group training fitness class, which was 2 weekends where you basically work out for, 8 or 9 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. Then you go to work for the week. Then you do that again. I've done yoga classes when I was taking my yoga certification, getting my yoga license. I did 3 yoga classes. in a row for, I don't know how long that training was, but I did it for a good, at a minimum, 8 or 9 weeks, right? So what I'm saying is, I don't know that I have stress in my life, but going through these events that I just described really really humbles you a lot. And what do I mean by that is if you can do that, if I can not quit, and if I can hustle through that, and I can have a smile and a positive attitude by walking 26.2 miles in the desert, going up mountains and stuff with your foot bleeding from blisters through your shoe, which is a true story that happened to me my first time, which was last year right around this time. If you can go through that mentally, what can't you not do? So I don't worry about emails and that kind of stuff at work. I mean, work pressure doesn't really stress me out because, dude, I've been through much harder stuff than that. I've been through much more difficult things than an email or, having to make a phone call to a client or writing an article for a magazine or meeting deadlines. I mean, that's just cake. And some of you guys who've gone through hard stuff in life know the same thing. I'm not going to get stressed out or worry about, that kind of deadline stuff because I just know that I'm going to do it and it's going to get done. Sometimes I don't know how it's going to get done, but I do know at the end of the day I'm going to do it and it's going to get done. But one of the things that adds a lot of pressure is probably the better word, not stress, but a lot of pressure is your email. I make it a habit to answer every email that comes across my inbox. If it's junk email, I just delete that because that ain't nobody got time for that junk email, right? You know what I'm talking about. But if it's an honest email where someone says, "Hey, Chris, will you do this?" Or, "Hey, Chris, I need help on this," or, "Hey, Chris, what do you think about this?" Or I'm going to answer that email directly, whether it's inside the organization or outside the organization that I'm with. If you're on like a BCC or CCC, sometimes you don't even need to reply to those. Those are just informatory emails. But we're getting off topic, but I brought that up because I don't know if this relates to anybody, but how I do it, and maybe this will help somebody out there, is I just attack everything as it comes across. As the enemy or whatever you want to call it, or life is throwing you grenades and you're in that foxhole taking the grenade. As soon as that grenade lands next to me, there's a few things you can do. You can do two things. You can watch that grenade blow up, and when I mean blow up, that means mentally take you down. It means hurt you mentally, add more pressure, stress you out, as some people call it. I've never used that term, but, really. One of my GroupMe friends liked the message of me sharing this. Maybe he'll join us. He's a doctor. If you're listening, maybe you are, maybe not. Anywho, or you can take that grenade, that landed in your foxhole, and chuck that thing back instantly. Because if you don't chuck it back, you know what's going to happen. That thing's going to explode, and maybe, just maybe, on a small chance it's a dud and it doesn't. But you can't really live your life on that kind of stuff. Hey, Chloe, you almost ready for dinner? Yeah, it's like 6:46. It's almost dinner time for Chloe and I, and she's over here being cute and cuddly now. Now she's all wizened up to the live podcast. Trying to move her into camera view. Meow. Meow. Say meow, Chloe. No, she doesn't want to talk right now. Let me see if I can get something going here. So... Oh, he's liking a lot of messages. Okay, so that's why I come back. I told you all that, and I'm coming back to, what does your name say about you? Does your name say you're going to get things done? Does your name say you're going to slack around? Does your name say you're going to take smoke breaks? Does your name say that I can't trust you? Chloe's looking at my nose. Does your name say, is your name Chloe? Then it means that you're a cute cat? Does it mean you're supportive? What does your name say? And I'm going to keep this short. I'm only going to go on for a few more minutes here, but it really makes you think. You have two things. You have the literal, if I can talk, the literal translation of your name. My name is Chris. My literal translation is Christ bearer. So you have that literal I can't say it. Literal translation of what that means. Then you actually have the physical of what does your name say? And at the end of the day, you have to really wonder, and I really hope when it's all said and done in this thing called life, that my name is always going to be what I portray it as, is I want to be the guy, and I know I'm the guy that can get shit done. And I'm the guy who can make things happen. And when people call me and say, can you do this? And you have that thought process of, it's almost like a flow chart in your head. You're like, okay, so-and-so's asking this. Is this something I can do? And you're like, well, I don't even know what he's talking about. So naturally you want to go to no, right? And then you go to no. I'm like, well, then you tell him, but I'm not going to tell him that, no, I can't do it, because I've crossed the desert in, with a bleeding foot that had blisters. So of course I can do it. So I try to approach all these situations with a positive attitude, and it happens. I'm human, so that means I'm not perfect, but I always try to show up with a positive attitude and a positive mindset of, I can do this. I can make it happen. Even if I've never done it before or have no idea what's going on, I'm willing to put in the time to learn and to try and to fail if that's the end result, but I'm willing to try. So when people call me and say, hey, can you do this or have this or something like that, I don't leave them with the end of the phone call of wondering what's going to be going on next. I tell them, yeah, I can do that, or B, you need to call so-and-so, or C, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but I'm going to learn it, get back to you, and boom, it's done. So that's the name that I want to leave in this life, is the guy who's going to get things done, the guy who's going to make things happen, and the guy you can trust and count on. I don't want to be somebody who's a flaky guy or somebody you can't trust or anything like that. So that's the name that I want to leave. And I'm going to turn this back onto you guys here watching on the YouTubes, whether you're live right now or you're going to be watching this later as this goes into our videos. I think we should make this a Saturday thing of just talking and going live with you guys, chatting here. And it's almost like Periscope, but not really. It's YouTube Live. So maybe we'll do the same message on Periscope. I'm not sure. But I want to leave this with you guys. What does your name say about you? You have to honestly, deeply think about this. Maybe you need to ask some friends and say, I need to have a real conversation with you. No BS, no joking around here. What does my name say about me? Can you trust me? Can you not? Do you know things are going to get done? Because I know people who have the opposite name of me, i.e., you might as well not tell them to do anything because it's not going to get done right. It's not going to get done in time. They're going to forget about it. They're going to make some excuse of why they can't, or they're not going to put in the time to learn how to do it. So yeah, some of those people, I don't even ask them these things, because I know I got to do it myself, because they're not going to be able to make it happen. And there's other people who, their name says, hey, if I need to talk to somebody, and I may not only talk to you only a few months, a few days or a few weeks, a month, or a year, I know that if I need anything, I can call that person. If I need help, one of them was Adam Schwartz, who I was talking with earlier over text message earlier this week. That's one of those cats that his name says, wherever you are, I'll find a way to get there. Ben Schroeder, one of those also guys. I'm naming off some of my friends. Maybe you guys know these people. Maybe you don't if you're from Albuquerque. Great two guys I mentioned, and I don't want to not mention everybody, but I don't have time to mention everybody in my whole repertoire and list of Rolodex of people that have great names. But those two guys are guys, you don't have to talk to them all the time because life gets very busy. But I know if I called one of those two and I left a message or they answered that, they would find a way to help me and be there for me if I needed it. That's just who those guys are. Whether they want to do it or not, I know they're going to try to make it happen, and they're going to do it with a smile, So I want my name to be the guy who gets it done, the guy you can trust, the guy who can make it happen, basically the guy for anything and everything in life. But I want to ask you on YouTube's, what does your name say about you? What are you trying to portray about yourself? This is an open-ended question that only you can answer, that maybe you're going to have to do some self-reflection, when you're in the shower or driving or working out, or you're going to have to call a friend and say, hey, I think my name says this, but does it? What do you think about me? Am I totally off basis here, or am I totally on basis? So these are things to think about. And I actually had this queued up for a Wednesday video, but I said, man, this has already happened a few times today, in the last 24 hours, where I was reminded about this, and so I want to come to you live and talk about it. I see we have 2 guys on the line. Hopefully in the future we'll have more. But if you guys have a question, type it out. And I'm looking to the right here because I got another something going on. Write your question. Maybe not. We'll give you another minute or two of Q&A. But I don't see anything happening. So let's see. Maybe one of these cats will say something. But yeah, guys, I want you to think about deeply what your name says about you, because whether you're rich, you're poor, whether it's raining or snowing, earthquake, zombie apocalypse, Zika, breakout, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, when you go to bed, whether it's in a cardboard box or a nice Ultra King shack bed, whatever it is, all you're going to have really is what your name says about you. And that's something also, if things get crazy, no one can take that away from you. No one can take away your name. No one can take away what your name says about you. So maybe you don't have the best name, so you got to change that. Maybe you do, then you got to accelerate that, right? So think about this, guys. We're basically coming to the end here. This is just going to be a live YouTube video. We'll keep this video, of course. Next time you'll see it is going to be in our video manager, and we'll release that, in a few minutes. But thanks for joining us. Whoever was listening to me here for the last 25 minutes, thank you for joining us. My name is Chris Martin with The Real Albuquerque. You can check out below the comments. I'm pointing to where the comments, actually the comments are over here. Comments are over here. Check out under the comments here of more videos. If you're watching this at a later point in time, write your comments below or subscribe or whatever the case may be. You can also follow us on Snapchat or Instagram and everything like that. But hey guys, this is the end of this Saturday show, so we'll talk to you later, and thanks for spending the last few minutes with me, but really deeply think about, what does your name say about you? Is it something that's going to be legendary, or is it going to be something that isn't? Another way to think about this is when you have your funeral, are you going to have to be selling tickets to your funeral, or are you going to have to be giving tickets away? It's all going to be on you, and it's all going to be how you roll in life and all through the decisions you make. So make the right decisions. Make the right name for yourself, whatever that is. Make it positive and keep rolling. Okay, bye guys. Hey, Chloe, you want to say goodbye real quick? I'm going to grab Chloe. Chloe wants to say goodbye. Okay, Chloe, say goodbye to all the people on YouTube. She's like, you got me up for this? I was napping and being cool cats. It looks uncomfortable, but she's actually comfortable. Okay, she's like, get me out of here. I want to go do cat things and roll around. Okay, bye guys. Love you.